Ruscism is an authoritarian ideology which cannot coexist with even the slightest expressions of democracy. And even though after the collapse of the Soviet Union there was some wind of change in that country, and attempts were made to carry out some liberal reforms, as early as in the mid-2000s, Russia started tightening the screws. The crackdown on rights and civil liberties was gradual. The freedom of speech was the first victim. Russia's government established Roskomnadzor, an official body that censors the media and has the authority to block media outlets. Then came an onslaught on opposition. The violent crackdown on the Bolotnaya Square rally, the country's largest popular protest since 1991, was the crunch point in the suppression of rights and freedoms in Russia. Until now, any public action which has not been approved by the authorities is prohibited and therefore ends in police violence and arrests of participants. In addition, a law on foreign agents was adopted. It is being used as a means to persecute independent media, NGOs, and even individuals who receive donations and grants from abroad or get monetized on international video platforms like YouTube. But for the Kremlin, even that was not enough. So the State Duma adopted the so-called Yarovaya law that expanded the powers of security structures and allowed them access to phone calls and text messages of Russian citizens. After the large-scale invasion in Ukraine, Russian authorities imposed even more limits on the freedom of speech. Today, criticizing Russia's military aggression or its armed forces carries criminal punishment. Even the very word war is banned. At the same time, Ruscism makes huge investments in pro-government media, which support Russia's war in Ukraine. Besides, opposition parties in Russia have long since been barred from elections. That is why, despite its imitation of democratic processes and institutions, elections, referenda, parliamentarianism, Russia is a dictatorship which relies on violence and propaganda.